Chris, the High Peak Chaplain, and welcome to Story Keepers, a chance for us to hear one of Jesus' stories and then to share it with as many people as we can, because we are all the story keepers of Jesus' greatest story. Now, every week we're going to tell a story, and every week our story is based on our weekly prayer theme, and this week's theme is the word community. Now, that's a really big word. And the word community, it basically means it's a group of people who share something in common with each other. So for example, we have a community in school because we share our school. We have a community in our classrooms, we have communities in our football teams, we have communities in our churches, we have communities on our streets and in our towns. If we share a common place, if we share something or somewhere, or something about us in common, we are part of a community. So today, we're going to read a story, a little bit about how we are with our community, how we behave with each other, and how maybe Jesus reacted to not only his own community, but the communities he would build as he walked around and taught and performed miracles. So today, we're going to read one of my favourite stories. We're going to get the big book, and we're going to read today the story of Jesus feeding the great crowd. So, story keepers, are you all sitting comfortably? Legs crossed, back straight, arms folded, ready to listen? Fabulous. Then if we're all sat and ready, we will begin. Jesus sent his friends out into the country and gave them the power to heal sick people and tell others about God's love. When they returned, they met with Jesus to tell him about all the people they talked with and had healed. They were all very excited to tell Jesus about their adventures. The problem was, the people followed his friends so that they could find Jesus. They had seen the miracles he had done and wanted to see more. But Jesus knew that his friends wanted to talk to him. They hadn't even eaten yet. So he said to them, "Come with me, and we'll find a quiet place to talk, and we'll get some rest and have some food." So they went away by themselves in a boat to a quiet place. But many of the people saw them leaving and could tell where they were heading. The boat was large and slow, so the people were able to get to the other side before Jesus and his friends. When Jesus and his friends arrived, they noticed the large crowd. Jesus felt so much love for these people because he knew they needed a teacher and someone to believe in. He knew that his friends would understand, so he began teaching the large crowd many things. It was starting to get late, and none of the people had eaten yet. Jesus' friends came to him and said, "There is no food around here, and it's already getting late. Maybe we should send the people away so they go into town and get some food." And Jesus said to them, "You give them something to eat." His friends didn't think that they understood what Jesus said, and said, "We can't feed all these people. We would have to work for a whole year to pay for the food." While they were talking to Jesus, one of his friends, a man named Andrew, noticed a small boy walking by with a small lunch basket. He stopped the boy and asked him what he had. He quickly ran over to where Jesus was and said, "Here is a boy with 5 small loaves of bread and 2 small fish. But how far will that go when we have to feed so many?" Jesus smiled and said, "Go and ask everyone to sit down." There was lots of grass to sit on, so everyone sat down. All 5,000 people gathered there and sat on the grass and waited for Jesus. Then Jesus took the loaves of bread and thanked God for them. He then took the 2 fish and thanked God for them. He then had his friends pass around the bread and the fish to everyone, and everyone could take as much as they wanted. Do you remember how much food the boy had? He had 5 small loaves and 2 small fish, only enough for a boy to eat. There were 5,000 people all eating from this boy's lunch, and they all could eat as much as they wanted. And after everyone was full, Jesus asked his friends to gather all the food that was left, so nothing would get wasted. They put all the leftovers into some large baskets. When they were done, they counted 12 baskets full of bread and fish, much more than the little boy had given Jesus. After the people realized what had happened, they said to each other, "This must be an important person sent from God." He was much more than that. So when we're thinking about our weekly theme of community, how do you think Jesus reacted to his community? He could have sent that crowd away, but instead he invited them in close and he shared what little they all had with each other. And it shows us that if we are really good to our community, if we share with each other and are kind to each other and welcome each other, then God can do anything with even the little that we have. So thank you for joining me, guys, and I'll see you for next week's Story Keepers. God bless.